To break down like what ultra processed foods are, why you should avoid them, and then really easy swaps. Ultra processed foods are really sneaky. The more processed your food is, the more microplastics it's going to have in it, right? Any food that's been inside of a factory, it was probably on a surface that was coated in plastic. So the more something is in a factory, the more plastic it grabs along the way. The more ultra-processed foods that you eat, the higher your risk for obesity, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and literally like all-cause mortality. This is the first study showing an association with ultra-processed food and microplastics, but there have been lots and lots of studies showing that the more you eat ultra-processed foods, the more you have chemicals that come out of plastic, specifically phthalates, PFAS, and bisphenol A. When you go into a supermarket, everything is marketed as being healthy, but a lot of the times it's not. Something might have been grown organically. It could still be super unhealthy and filled with microplastics and be an ultra-processed food. So ultra-processed foods are basically foods that have been processed with lots of different industrial ingredients. So they usually have super long lists of ingredients that you could never purchase and use at home by yourself. Those usually include like additives, emulsifiers, sweeteners. Examples of these are like frozen meals, hot dogs, deli meats, cold cuts, right? Packaged cookies, fast food, soda, salty snacks. How many steps did that original food have to take in order to get to the form it's in now, right? So here's some examples. Like corn is minimally processed, just fresh corn. That is a fresh food, right? A little bit more processed would be canned corn, and then ultra processed would be corn chips. Eating a fresh apple, that is minimally processed. A little bit more processed would be like apple juice or applesauce, and then ultra processed would be like an apple pie, especially like those little hand pies. So what you ultimately want to do is eat as fresh and unprocessed as you possibly can. But when you go to the store, sometimes that can seem really confusing, and sometimes we want more than just apple slices, right? So here are some really quick and easy swaps towards eating more fresh and unprocessed. Instead of eating chicken nuggets or serving those to your kids, instead get grilled chicken and just cut those into cubes, right? Instead of giving your child like a pureed fruit pouch, which are typically cooked in those plastic containers, really bad, lots of chemicals found in those. Instead, you want to go for like apple slices, certainly fresh fruit, strawberries, raspberries. And if you can't get something fresh, get frozen. Frozen is a really, really good option. Instead of granola bars, that's an ultra processed food. Instead of eating granola bars, try and eat trail mix. Instead of having boxed mac and cheese, make it from scratch, and you can make amazing mac and cheese with like 4 ingredients, super easy. Instead of having like a sugary breakfast cereal, have an oatmeal with lots of toppings, right? So you want to look for things that have short ingredient lists or no ingredients at all, even better. And you want to try and cook from scratch as much as you can. That is also always going to be the best option. And a lot of people think that that's more expensive, but it's not. A roast chicken, cooking rice like in a pot on the stove, or you can literally do it in the microwave, that meal is going to cost you less than a big meal of fast food, and it will actually go farther as well.